Welcome to my podcast. Today I'll be giving fantasy hockey and fantasy football waiver wire advice, and I'll also be talking about the top 5 shooting guards in the NBA right now. Fantasy hockey waiver wire, players to pick up number 1. Center, Vladislav Namestikov. Vladislav Namestikov has 2 goals, 3 points, and 2 power play points so far this season. He plays on the first line and first power play unit of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Left winger, Ryan Hartman. Ryan Hartman has 1 goal and 6 points so far this season. He plays on the second line of the Chicago Blackhawks. Right winger, Jakub Vrana. Jakub Vrana has 3 points so far this season. He plays on the first line and second power play unit of the Capitals. Defensemen, Butler and D-Olli Maatta. Butler has 4 points and 3 power play points so far this season. He looks to be a power play specialist for the New Jersey Devils. D-Olli Maatta has put up 2 goals and 4 points so far this season. He is worth picking up if you really need a defenseman. Goaltender, G-Semyon Varlamov. G-Semyon Varlamov is going to face a ton of shots this season. For that reason, he is worth picking up in head-to-head leagues. Next week, I'll be doing another fantasy hockey waiver wire. Fantasy football waiver wire, players to pick up for week 6. Quarterback, Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett put up 17.96 fantasy points in week 5. He has a good matchup against the Tennessee Titans in week 6. Running back, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones had back-to-back week with double-digit fantasy points. He looks to be the number 1 running back right now for the Green Bay Packers. Running back, Wayne Gallman. Wayne Gallman had 57 rushing yards and 25 receiving yards in week 5. He will be a bigger part of the Giants offense, especially with the injury to OBJ. Wide receiver, WR-Jaron Brown. WR-Jaron Brown only had 39 receiving yards in week 5 after a big week 4, but he will still be a massive part of the Cardinals receiving corps, especially with injuries to key receivers. Wide receiver, Kupp. Kupp only had 44 receiving yards in week 5, but he has established himself as an important part of the Rams offense. Tight end, Dickson. Dickson had 17.50 fantasy points in week 5. With Greg Olsen out, he will play a more prominent role in the Panthers offense moving forward. Defense, Miami Dolphins defense. Miami Dolphins defense put up 20 fantasy points in week 5. They look to continue their hot play in week 6 against the Atlanta Falcons. Kicker, Fairbairn. Since Deshaun Watson took over as the starting quarterback, Houston has become a high-scoring offense, making Fairbairn a valuable kicker to own. Next week, I'll be talking about players to pick up for week 7 in fantasy football. Top 5 shooting guards in the NBA right now. 1. James Harden. James Harden is the best shooting guard in the NBA right now. He can do it all offensively and can run the offense like a true point guard. In addition to being the best shooting guard, he is also a top 10 player in the NBA. 2. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is the best all-around shooting guard in the NBA. Butler is a dependable scoring option on a nightly basis. He is also one of the best lockdown defenders in the league. 3. Giannis Antetokounpo. Giannis Antetokounpo can play all 5 positions very well, but I decided to list him as a top 5 shooting guard. Giannis has developed into one of the best all-around players in the NBA. He should be a perennial all-star. 4. Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson just may be the best pure shooter in the NBA right now. He is definitely one of the best shooting guards in the league. Klay Thompson is great on both ends of the floor, which makes him a valuable asset to the Golden State Warriors. 5. Demar Derozan. Demar Derozan is definitely a top 5 shooting guard in the league. He is dependent upon to score 25 plus points on a nightly basis and consistently does so. DeRozan has all the tools to be an all-world player. Next week, I'll be talking about the top 5 power forwards in the NBA right now. Next podcast, I'll be giving fantasy hockey and fantasy football waiver wire advice, and I'll also be talking about the top 5 power forwards in the NBA right now.